Well, good morning and welcome to day 7, the last full day of this trip. So, uh, back up, well, we're in a different spot, but once again trying to photograph the Mount Wilson range over there. And for the fourth or fifth time I've tried to shoot this in my life, there is not a single cloud in the sky, but looks like we're going to have some really nice soft light. And there's also a nice stand of aspens out there in the middle, kind of as an interesting foreground, which should get some nice side light on them early too. So even though we don't have any clouds, it still could be a pretty cool scene. So I'm gonna get the camera gear out of the car, get set up, and get ready to make some photos this morning. All right, all set up, ready for sunrise. Starting to get a little pink earth shadow over there to that'd be to the west. I get turned around in the mountains. It's so weird. Like, I keep thinking that we are facing straight north, and that's west, but it's actually the opposite. We're south, that's east. So out to the west is the earth shadow. So interesting how the mountains, when you start weaving around, how you can get turned around pretty easy. So some of you may be wondering why sometimes we photograph right here from a road, and other times why we hike out for miles. And a lot of it depends on private property. Right here, this is all private property right here. So we were photographing from the public road so that we are not trespassing out there. Other places in the forest, like the other night, we hiked for a mile out to that viewpoint, and that was all forest land. So we had free reign to go out there. So just kind of depends on who owns the land, where we can go, and what view we can get. So yesterday morning, also photographed from the road. A lot of this stuff here on the north side of Telluride, around Mount Wilson, there's a lot of really big ranch houses out here, or mountain houses, whatever you want to call them. And so you got to be careful where you go, but there's still plenty of great views here from the road. And while hiking's fun and it gets you a lot of good exercise, sometimes you just gotta stop at the road and take the picture, because that's where the best view that you can get is. As you can see, the light has come in and lit up these trees in the foreground. That's kind of what I was waiting for, was get these this nice pocket of trees on this first hill, and then there's great side lighting on all those hills over there. Lots of neat shadows. Really, really cool scene. Besides no clouds, which I've already griped about enough, there's kind of a lot of haze over there. And when it comes to photography, sometimes haze is one of my biggest annoyances, where I don't know, I can't get past it. I know it's atmosphere and it can add to the mood, but it can add to a mood like in some scenes, but I feel like in other scenes it just kind of takes away from it. So again, get home, look at these on the computer for a little bit, and maybe make some decisions if it's really that big of a deal or not. So all in all, an awesome scene. Heard plenty of elk bugling down there in the valley. Actually, when we came in, there was elk right on the road, one with a huge rack. Still dark, so I didn't get any pictures of it, but when we head out of here, I'm definitely going to put my big lens on and drive slow, look for a couple big elk to take pictures of. But cool morning here. Great way to start the last full day of this trip. Well, tonight we end the trip right where we started, Capitol Peak. And there's still a lot of green down there, but the yellows really have gotten brighter over the last week. Right now we have some clouds up on the mountains, lots of snow, so here's to hoping we have one last great sunset here in Colorado. Got a few clouds up there just waiting for sunset. It seems like the mountains are making the clouds, so hopefully a few more clouds pop up there on the right and we'll have a great sunset. Well, as you can see, all the clouds went away, but still a great, beautiful, warm light up there on the mountain. Well, that's going to conclude day 7, the final day of my 2022 fall color photography trip to Colorado. What an awesome adventure it was. I'm not sure what my next trip is going to be, but I look forward to sharing that one with you as well. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time.